The original Halloween was released in 1978, and back then it was a groundbreaking horror movie.
Then came several sequels that didn't quite live up to the original.
Well, now a new Halloween is out starring Jamie Lee Curtis and deals with Michael Myers 40 years later.
Did it make the director's cut? Take a look.
It's Halloween, and Michael Myers and Laurie Strode are back in the theater. What could go wrong? Just in time for trick-or-treating, Halloween hits theaters. It promises to do away with 40 years worth of crappy sequels and give fans the definitive follow-up to John Carpenter's 1978 classic. Jamie Lee Curtis is back from the dead, reprising her role as Laurie Strode, but now all grown up and taking on a buffed-up Sarah Connor-esque crusade to do away with her nemesis Michael Myers once and for all. Even Carpenter himself is back on board, signing off on the script and composing the score. I was excited to see this one, and then I saw it.
What the? Hey, sorry about that.
To me, Halloween is essentially to its franchise what The Force Awakens was to the Star Wars series. It helps you forget all those bad sequels in between and hits you in the nostalgic feels with lots of callbacks to both the 1978 original and the 1981 sequel. There are a couple of really obvious recalls, but with new twists that were somewhat satisfying. And Michael gets his iconic knife in a scene that was reminiscent of Halloween 2, right down to the lady in the pink bathrobe. Despite the nostalgic little Easter eggs, I think this one really misses the mark for one glaring reason. It eventually just becomes another slasher flick with a weak script and some pretty bad acting. What I had hoped for was a return to the style of the 1978 original. Carpenter's masterpiece was one of mood and tone and not so much gore. Remember, there were only 4 on-screen murders in the 1978 version of Halloween. This one triples that kill count and relies heavily on blood and gore for scares. Also, in '78, Carpenter's use of long takes and wide shots with tremendous depth of field set viewers on edge. We were expecting the shape to pop up anywhere, anytime. And he uses the camera as a voyeuristic character itself, with lots of POV shots of unsuspecting victims to keep us unsettled. Suspense was the key to the success of the original, and I didn't get much of that in this one.
Say goodbye to Michael and get over it.
Disappointingly, this one does not make the director's cut. But who am I to say anything? I mean, it made $77 million in its opening weekend. And with a massive Halloween weekend, with little to no competition in the genre, they'll be just fine without me. But my advice is, on Halloween, if you want to watch a really good, suspenseful Carpenter film, pop yourself some popcorn and watch the 1978 original on your couch. It's a lot better movie, and you don't have to fight those Halloween crowds.
He is a killer, but he will be killed tonight. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Real feel-good movie, loads of laughs. Halloween is in theaters now. More daytime to come, so stick around.